When you think
Yeah.
about your level of fulfillment in life, 10 being super fulfilled in your truth, know where you're going, at peace, content.
I would put myself at an 8.5.
That's
Um,
incredible. And how about before you started?
a 3 or a
That's
4.
that's wild. So
Yeah.
going from
Like,
a
I mean,
3.5 to an 8.5 in
yeah,
3 months.
yeah.
That's incredible.
And I have days where I'm a 10, and then I have other days where I feel like I'm a 7, but I know how to go from the 7 back up. I feel confident that even when I like slip a little, that
Yeah.
I can work my way back to my glow pad.
Yeah. The set point is different. Your range is a 7 to a 10 now versus 2 to a 5.
Right.
You're in a
Exactly.
completely different space.
Yes.
That's incredible.
My name is Brierley, single mom of 2. I've been divorced twice. My daughters are in 5th and 7th grade. I've done a lot of their life parenting by myself. I'm now at a point in my life where like I have a great day job, but I am starting a new business. I came to you when I was in a very bad emotional state because of the way a relationship had ended. And there was anger and shame and just frustration, like at myself because of
Mhm.
how I was feeling and where I was. And I wanted to take all that ick and get rid of it.
Okay. And so your life before herSWAG, it sounds like you've obviously had several relationships that didn't work out. Talk to
Mhm.
me about what were the patterns playing out in those relationships before?
So I always went into them trying to be my most authentic self. And I would try having boundaries and having the hard conversations. And then over time, I lost my confidence and my momentum. And I'm like really fantastic at being a
Mhm.
chameleon. It's not that I lost myself, it was that I slowly, as the relationships would progress, figured out who that person needed me to be. And I became that person until it became unbearable. Inevitably, they typically would end the relationship because I was like, oh, I can forge ahead. They inevitably would end it. And that was like just so painful.
And so how would you describe how you were feeling emotionally when we first connected?
I was the most anxious that I had been since I was literally in divorce negotiations with my kid's dad. And I think anybody who has been at their highest state of anxiety knows that, like, you really can't focus and you have to numb yourself in some way to be able to just get through the day, to be able to parent my kids, to just turn my brain off. Like we've talked about all those squirrels, right? Turn all the squirrels off so that I can be a parent and that I can be a good employee and to be a good friend. And at that point, I was like, I
Mhm.
don't even care about a relationship. I want to be a good friend because my village supports me so much. I want to be a good mother and I want to be a good employee because I feel
Mhm.
blessed that I've always had a job that I love.
What percent of the time would you say that you were stuck in your head, overthinking the past relationship?
90% of the time, at
Okay.
least. I can give you that percentage because I would say the number of hours in the day that I was actually productive on things that I felt like I needed to be productive on were maybe 2 hours a
Mhm.
day. And the rest was like filled with busy work because that was all I could stay focused on,
Mhm.
or for me, being physically active, like going to the
Yeah.
gym,
Yeah.
walking the dogs, like that kind of thing.
How did you feel about how you were showing up for your kids?
That is actually the primary reason why I wanted to do the program. I was not showing up for them the way that I wanted to. My temper was short. They would be talking to me and my brain would be somewhere else. I'd have to ask them to repeat it.
Mhm.
And they're not talking to me about, hey, mom, look at this cute sweatshirt. They're talking to me like, hey, mom, let me tell you about the like mean girl in my class today. I want to be present for that. That was a big reason for me is I was like, I need to get out of this like mindset and I need to, yes, I want to love me, but like I want to be a better parent and I want to figure out how to be comfortable with myself. And I was not comfortable with myself.
And kudos to you for investing in yourself and for breaking these generational patterns. Like
Thank
your
you.
kids are not going to hustle for love because you broke this pattern and they're seeing it. So I can't tell you enough how proud I am of you for stepping up to invest in yourself, doing it for you and doing it for them. It's so huge. So, what would you say that you have achieved as a result of the program?
Organization. In the literal sense, my physical workspaces
Yeah.
at home and at the office are more organized.
Mm.
Not that they were cluttered. It's just like I'm getting stuff done. I have a game plan. So yes, that part is organized. But otherwise, like I just feel more organized in my brain,
Mhm.
how to deal with myself when I'm having a bad day, because those still exist for me.
Mhm.
Organized in the sense that I have a toolbox. I had a toolbox before. It's like I had the starter kit and now I have the advanced version. Like I'm on my way to like handyman level here above the toolbox.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the biggest one for sure.
Okay. And we zoom out. I'm looking at your program impact here.
Oh
You've
yeah.
you've moved from a 16 out of 50
Yeah.
on the relationship fulfillment assessment to a 41. When you think about that score, tell me.
When you pull it back like that for me and I'm like 16, I'm like, man, I feel grateful that I was even at a 16 when I started, because in my brain now, looking back, I feel like I was probably at a 10.
Yeah.
It's motivating. Like yes, I'm proud of myself, but also getting that feedback motivates me to keep going.
And is that motivation from a place of angst, or is it from a place of peace and excitement?
Peace and excitement. I can do this. This is not like some big mountain that I have to climb. There are steps, and I just have to keep taking the steps.
I love that. Okay, so how did this work impact your relationship with yourself?
I couldn't even quantify that.
Mhm.
Couldn't. Like
Mhm.
it, even, even this weekend, I felt like I went down into my like a little bit of a negative spiral. I was able to say, okay, you now know that you can get out of this spiral and this angst. You can do it. Let's remind yourself of what you need to do to get there. And before, I would say, I need to go to the gym. I need to go for a walk. I did both of those things because those always work for me, but they're not everything. And so the other part was like, okay, what makes me feel like I am on my glow pad? And that was like the glow pad is like just it's very metaphorical, but it was like I just needed to sit there and spend 5 minutes thinking like, what do I need to do to get on my glow pad? For me, it's like, how do I make myself feel good about myself?
Yeah.
And walking and working out, like going to the gym and lifting heavy weights, is great because it clears a lot of the fog out of my brain, but it's not the same. It's a distraction is what it is. And sometimes I need the distraction to clear the fog and then
Yeah.
I can think straight. But I was like, I have to think about how to put myself, like, what do I need to do to put myself on that pad?
Brilliant.
Now, when I'm lacking self-confidence, because there are a lot of things that can hinder my self-confidence throughout the day, throughout the week. Now, instead of feeling a lot of shame and anger, now I can get back to really like just being comfortable with me. For me, this program has been about getting comfortable in my own skin, in my own solitude.
Tell me about how your relationship with solitude has shifted.
Need to treat myself the way I want somebody else to treat me. Like I can do that for me. And lo and behold, like I think it was 2 weeks ago, I had no kids, no plans on a Friday night. I just went and had dinner at a restaurant that I love. I sat at the bar. I maybe talked to the bartender for 10 minutes, ordered myself dinner, maybe said hi to one other person in there. And then I went home and I was like, I had a good time. With me.
I'm pretty I love that. That's big. Leaning into your solitude can be extremely scary. And I know you had those weeks off without your kids. You found yourself distracting, but you have been leaning into it, which women will go for decades and not do that because it's scary and numb and distract with another relationship, alcohol, food, like it just name the vice, right? You're leaning into that. So that is incredibly brave. Amazing.
Well, I have you to thank for that, to be totally
I mean, you just worked the roadmap. I'm just here to.
But you gave me like the suggestions of do this, try this.
Hey, teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
How has this impacted your relationship with your kids?
At first, it was hard because I had to put in some boundaries. Like I knew that one of my parenting flaws was not setting boundaries around my needs when it came to quiet. And they're great about letting me go to the gym, but like when I need quiet, I can't have friends over today, or I need to go to my room and just do some type of activity, mental activity or whatever. So at first it was hard, but the more that I hold that boundary in a loving way with them, and you and I have talked about many different ways to approach it with them and
Yeah.
share with them. And that has helped me because I never thought about it that way. I never thought, oh, I need to maybe be a little bit more transparent with them.
Yeah.
And so now I would say with great confidence that since I started doing mornings, the mornings are always hard in our house, right? Because two kids go to two different schools. This morning, for example, one had to get up and do 6:30 a.m. Bible study. I had to be at the church at 6:30 in the morning. So since I started doing morning stillness, I have not once yelled at my kids in the morning.
Wow.
Not once. Like, for anybody that's listening besides your kids, it's like
huge deal.
For me, that is a huge deal. Huge.
For moms in your shoes, like that's parenting is hard, and then running a household, then starting a business. Like you have a lot on your plate. So to not do that is incredible.
Yes. And
how do you feel
honestly,
about that?
Oh my gosh. But like now that I reflected on it, I'm like, it's worth its weight in gold. Like my kids don't go to school anymore thinking, oh, mommy's mad at me or I did something wrong. Now, sometimes we have to have hard conversations like, hey, you need to like condense your morning routine, kid, because we need to get out the door and you got up late and we only have 15 minutes. And they might get upset about that, but I'm not yelling anymore.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is probably a goal I've wanted for years, but didn't ever see the roadmap to possibility ever.
And the impact that just being short with kids or yelling at you now know that like trauma could be something like a mom yelling a little bit too much. And you're not doing that.
Yeah.
You're showing them what patience looks like.
Yes.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for you and for them.
Yeah.
How has this impacted your work?
There are components that I have let fall by the wayside, but intentionally. And like I have made a conscious decision to be like, okay, we're going to work on this next week. I would say the biggest thing for me and the most surprising part of this program, and if we talk about value, like literal, like cost benefit, I have moved the needle on this business and I've gotten more insights from you on how to move the needle and suggestions for tools and books and tips and tricks than I don't know where I would have gotten that otherwise.
So the business insight was really helpful.
It was the most unexpected component.
I love that.
And I still am like, I still want to be like, tell me what you're working. I still want to keep talking about that because
keep doing it.
I don't have an outlet for it. You know what I mean? I don't have a mastermind of opening this particular type of business necessarily. So that, helping me move along in that journey has been awesome.
Love that. Resistance will come up with clients in so many different areas. And it's just so amazing to meet you where you are. You're like business, contract negotiations, timing with this lawyer or whatever.
Yes,
like
exactly.
About the capital investment. I love that. It's just amazing to meet you where you are and for you to be open to feedback and share the questions. So thank you for your openness and for going back and forth on those things. And ultimately, we are just blowing up squirrels together and always finding the gray, the path of least resistance, getting out of the push mentality. So I love that for you. And I love that you got so much value from the business part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you recommend this to other women like you?
Oh, absolutely. I have a fantastic group of single female friends who are all badasses in different ways. We all have our own forms of resistance. And I never put it in that kind of context until I met you. So I never viewed it as this is resistance. Like I viewed it as I'm not getting enough done. I'm procrastinating. This is taking longer than I thought it was going to take. Why does this feel so hard when I thought it would feel so easy? And now I'm like, okay, this is resistance. And if I just keep chipping away, I will get there. I don't think you have to be a single parent. I don't think you have to be single. I don't even think that you have to have gone through heartbreak. I
Mhm.
firmly believe that any woman would benefit from figuring out what they need to do every day to be on their glow pad. I have a friend, she's married. She used to be a professional badass. Now she's predominantly a school volunteer badass. Like she
Mm.
runs the PTA, something I would likely never be able to succeed at doing. She's got a great husband. Her kids are awesome. But there are months out of the year where, and she'll admit it, she can't get out of her own way. And like, this program has helped me get out of my own way. So
Mhm.
there isn't a woman that I would not recommend this program to.
I love that. Yeah, we all need help managing our squirrels, getting rid of the survival energy from our body.
Yeah.
What are you most proud of?
Doing the program.
Saying yes.
Yeah.
Was it
That
hard to
you
say yes to yourself and invest in yourself?
Oh yeah. I
Mhm.
had a lot of resistance, a lot of hesitation, a lot of I don't know about this. I don't know. I don't think that I should do this. Like I don't think that I should take this money and invest this amount
Mm.
in this particular kind of program because this is exclusively about me. I saw the benefit for me, but I didn't see the benefit for the bigger picture. And so I was having a hard time justifying, will the juice be worth the squeeze?
How did you get over the hump?
Two things. One is I cried with you on Zoom, which made me feel seen and heard,
Mhm.
supported. And the other was that you were like, look, the way that you are moving with your business, like this can be a business expense. And that gave me the emotional component and the practical component that I personally needed.
Yeah. So it sounds like when you were able to zoom out and more tactically tie it to something versus yourself, you're able to
Yes.
get over the hump. And now you see it
Yes.
was actually tied to being the
Everything.
best mom, bettering your
Everything.
career, everything. Literally,
Yeah. Yeah.
totally. Would you say it's worth the investment?
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. There's no way that I would be where I am right now if I hadn't done this.
Zooming out and thinking about this conversation, it sounds like you went from, I don't know what to do to feel good. I'm floundering, just
Literally.
barely hanging on by a thread to I'm sturdy. I have the tools that are for me. I have my toolbox, like you said.
Yeah.
And there's going to be good days and bad days, and I'm completely in control.
Yes.
I don't need Tiff. I have my own toolbox.
I know, but I really want Tiff still, but I don't.
For the next
I know.
level.
I know. I still want Tiff, but I
Mhm.
don't. Yes, but I know how to use my tools.
You're not reliant on me like a therapist. Like you had that conundrum this weekend, and you're like, I can sit with myself. You didn't go external for help, you went internal.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. And I also, to add to that, I do still go external sometimes, like talking to friends or obviously, like I've talked about working out so much that everybody's probably tired of hearing about that. But now I have had moments where when I'm going external and talking to friends, like parts of it are beneficial. But then there was another part, and this happened to me just the other day, that I was like, hold on a minute. I am not sitting here listening to my own inner voice. I am talking to them, looking for them to give me direction and tell me how to behave in this situation. And I just like all this ick just covered my body. And it's not that I don't value their opinion. It was like, wait a minute, stop. You know that you can figure this out yourself. Why are you deflecting and asking somebody else to help you fix it?
Yeah,
That makes
that's
sense.
incredible. It's one thing to ask for help. You invested in a system. Give me the tools.
Yeah.
But it's another thing to ask for help when you're deflecting your inner truth. You're like, what do you think I should do? People's external shoulds no longer have value when you've broken the hustle for love. So
Yes.
before, the shoulds were how you kept everything together. I can get the
Yes.
approval. I know what to do if I do what they say. And now you're like, my body rejects just using someone else's should and ignoring me. That's incredible. And the more and more I lean into this work, I have the same feeling. It's almost like I don't need to share big things with friends. It'll be like tidbits, but I don't want to share a ton because I don't. My friend Jenny says, like, don't get my yum. Like, I'm good. I'm in my
Yes.
truth. I don't need your 2 cents. I just need you to say, great, Tiff, I'm happy for you. But a
Yeah.
lot of times people want to give their 2 cents. So I love that you realize I don't need your should. I
Yeah,
don't need
exactly.
the way you would handle this. Good for you, but I got my own way.
Yeah.
So good. But it's not fierce independence, it's a deep knowing.
Yes. And still, if I'm in the conversation, to sometimes be able to, or not sometimes, but to be able to pull back and be like, hold on a minute. Your what I should do is totally based on your own like microcosm, and yours same over here. Like the other person said, I can take some of that, but
Mhm.
I need to not take it verbatim. I need to put it through my own lens, through my own like what's right for me.
Love that. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yes.
Literally all it's just you figuring out your needs and wants and desires and running your life according to that.
Yes.
It's pretty
But
simple.
but I would not have been able to figure out my needs and my desire, must-haves and my nice-to-haves if I hadn't gone through this program. I would
Totally.
not have been able to do that myself. And I would say the third leg of what sold me, I
Mhm.
was sold, I was in the program, and it was just really getting me to like fully commit was you had said, look, when you're out of this program, like you will know, you will have a roadmap for dating
Mhm.
that if you follow it, it's very unlikely that you're going to make a bad choice again.
Mhm.
And that really resonated with me, obviously. The interesting part is that I have all of that right now, but I do not have the desire to find my person right now. And I can't believe that I said that. That's like me being like, who are you?
So it sounds like dating sounds like fun, but you're also really content. There's not a
Yeah.
must find the one.
Yeah. Or I'm not going out into the world being like, let's do 50 questions on the first date to see if we even would align in 5 years. Come on, I know you've been on those dates where you're like, do you want to have kids? Do you want to get married? Where do you want to live? Are you planning on moving in the next 5 years? All
Yeah.
valid questions. There's nothing wrong with that. I have been there. Now I'm like, I'm good. Like, I want to date because it's fun,
Yeah.
but like, my life is like really full.
Oh, I love that. And that's the space where we attract better relationships. I love that for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for trusting me on this journey and for just digging in and being open to the work.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for giving
You're,
me the push and seeing me and hearing me and
yeah.
just, yeah.
Love
And
it.
the accountability,
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. I love it. I'm just glad that you have your tools and you're off to the races.
Yes.